What's up, CGC fam? Car Guy Court here, coming at you with another video. So this video, you see the title and thumbnail, this is, one of many in the episodes called A Day in the Life of a Car Salesman. And the reason that I'm doing this is because, there's a lot of good people that are in the car, in the auto industry that sell cars that get a bad rap just because of, our predecessors or the stigma from years and years ago. It's a completely different business. So today's video is about customers coming in and basically telling you how to do your job like they know more than you. And anybody that's in the car business has had this happen, right? And I can appreciate that customers do their research. In fact, I love it when they do their research, because when they've done their research, it makes our job easier. They come in and say, well, I want this. I've been seeing them for around this price. And that's perfectly fine. Like, usually there are some people who are reasonable, but 9 times out of 10 it's, hey, I know this is the price, I know this is your invoice, and the invoice usually doesn't include destination and advertising, which is what we pay for that when we get the car. So comment down below if you've shown a customer your dealer invoice on a new car and they've said, oh, I don't care, I don't believe that. So literally they think that we're just like showing them fake pieces of paper, and that's not what's happening. So and this isn't to bash like on consumers that buy cars, definitely not. I have so many customers that I love that literally they could call me at midnight if they had a problem and I would go and help them out, right? But this is about the percentage of people who think that we're like subhuman. In this video I'm talking about the people that act as if we're not normal human beings that have families to support. You come into the dealership and either they've done a lot of research, or they've sold cars for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Now, I've said this multiple times. 10, 15 years ago, I was in the business, and there were a lot of salesmen that lied to customers. So I get it. I get that part of it, but it's time to move forward, right? Like, there's all this information out there, and that's not meant for you to come in and tell us how the deal works, right? Coming in, I had someone tell me that 3.9% or 2.9% was too high of an interest rate, and I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, 4.9 is usually a good rate. This is like, rates are extra good right now, and Subaru has better rates than anybody. That's who I work for currently. Most of the stories and stuff that I tell in here are just experiences. I'm not going to mention any names, and a lot of them are not even from the dealership that I currently work at, because we get a lot of good customers here, a lot of repeat, a lot of referral. But I'm hoping to eventually get enough car guys watching this that we can have fun of it, and our bad experiences that we have on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, however often it is, there's somewhere for us to go and kind of look at the humorous side of it, because it does get very stressful when you're working with a customer for 2 hours and then you get inside and they make you some lowball offer that's completely irrational, right? It's just math, not magic. You're on a $50,000 truck and you get inside and they want to be at $350 a month, and it's like, okay, first of all, the salesman probably should have done more investigating as into what kind of budget they're trying to have. But at the same time, everybody tries to keep it super secretive. So like, you can ask the right questions, and you know, sometimes they don't even tell us they have a trade-in, right? Because they've read the book on how to buy a car, and it says to, you know, withhold the trade and all of that. When in fact, that, in my opinion, that's a bad way to do it, because once you've negotiated a deal and then you throw the trade in, you're just going to get less for your trade. That's how I look at it. You know, there's so many things that happen, and I'm kind of, you know, rambling, I know that, but it's hard to, you know, particularly pinpoint one situation. But here's one. I'm running a dealership, right? I'm the general sales manager running the store, and all of our vehicles have etch on it, right? It's 189. That's the only ad that we have on our cars. Now, you should know that in Phoenix, every dealer has ads except for a handful. So every dealer has dealer ads. And that's because they advertise their pricing so low that it's losing so much money that those ads take them back to a break-even point, or maybe making $100 or $200. So I know that, you know, customer, you come in and you think that there's a huge profit margin because of these ads, but we're already so far under cost just to get you there to be competitive with the advertising, you know, on the internet, that this is basically just bringing it back to normal. The customer made a deal over the phone. He did not want to come into the dealership, and he only wanted to talk to a manager. So I took the call. I handled it. I agreed to, he wanted to be at $25,000. I said I'd do $25,500. That was a significant discount. He agreed to that. I said, okay, $25,500 is going to include everything, right? You're not going to pay a penny more. I said, but we do have a thing called theft etch that's on the vehicle, and that is going to be in there. There's going to be a charge for that, but I'm including it in the $25,500 that we've agreed to. So really, it's not a big deal, right? Because you're still at the price you want to be at. Customer says, great. So he comes in, signs papers, is going through the process of signing papers with my finance manager, and he says, oh, I'm not paying for that etch. I don't want it. And so my finance manager comes to me and says, hey boss, like, he's not going to sign the etch paperwork. He doesn't want it. So I went to the customer and I said, Mr. Customer, remember when we spoke on the phone, I told you it would be $25,500 including the etch. So you're essentially not paying for it because it's included in the number that you agreed to pay. I'm not charging you $25,500 and then telling you when you get here that it's more. Like a lot of dealers probably would do that. And he says, well, you know, I was going to tell you on the phone, I just don't see any value in it and I don't want to pay for it. And I said, well, sir, you're not paying for it. It's included in the number I gave you. And then he says, oh, great, you know, here we go with the sneaky car salesman tactics. And I'm like, can we, sir, I'm like dumbfounded, right? I'm like, sir, did you not agree to $25,500? Yes, I did agree to the $25,500, but I don't want the etch, so take the etch out of the $25,500. And I'm like, sir, sorry, I can't do that. You know, I made this deal to be easy, to make it easy for you because you asked me to and that's what you wanted to do, and now you're making this difficult because I have not changed what I agreed to. He says, well, I'm not making this difficult, you are. And I'm like, anyways, bottom line, we ended up doing the deal, right? And but mind you, I think I was $2,000 under invoice at this point. It was a brand new car, and we always lose money on brand new cars. So I take a loser deal, and then the guy gives me a bad survey. So I did exactly what I agreed to, and he gives me a bad survey. This is just the kind of experiences that we go through on a daily basis. Not always, not all. These are just the horror stories, so don't mistake what I'm saying here. I'm not saying all customers are bad. I'm saying that there is a lot of time where we have bad experiences with customers. and these are the stories I'm telling, the bad experiences. And we will do one with good experiences as well. But anyways, I appreciate you so much for watching this. Comment down below if you have a story that you'd like to tell, because I will have you on here. We can do a live stream, whatever. If you'd like to be on here and share one of your car stories, being in the car business and something that happened to you that you think would be interesting, let me know. And or DM me, Car Guy Court, on all platforms. Instagram, send me a message on Instagram. I always respond. Might take me a day or two, but I'll get to it. If you're watching this and you haven't yet subscribe to the channel, please. Car Guy Court, like I said, on all platforms. Like, comment, share, subscribe.